And that's when we find a hard lump or a line and we move it and there's no sensation, but we're like, this is so hard. Well, there's a couple of things we can expect. We can expect that we need to figure out how to get blood in there. We can expect that if I stick a needle in the middle of that hard line and not much happens, that no matter how much I perforate it, not much is going to happen because no chi got in there. And so that's when I may need to move up. I may need to roll it out with massage. I may need to try and get some fasciculations. I may put the needles in and then leave them engaged in the muscle with a bit of a pull and then work above and below to see whether I can just get some life in there. But it's not good when there's a hard thing they can't feel. That's not good. Like hard thing they're unaware of and then they can feel it when you touch it, that's a much easier treat. But hard thing they can't feel even when you're working it, that muscle is in a much worse condition because it's very easy to scatter chi and it's very easy to bring warmth in if you can get it in there. But if it's so hard from muscle knot that nothing's happening, then there's no chi. If you've ever treated some of the cerebral palsy, those conditions where they have seizing up like that, those things are so tight and they're not going to get anything. You put the needle in and there's nothing there. And if we could figure out how to get the chi to go in, the muscles would loosen up and go, but it'd be like, oh, well, I'll just do that. Well, let me tell you, cerebral palsy is a pretty tough illness to treat. Right? Whatever's going on in there, they're like, sorry, no chi in here. And you're like, I'm going to put chi in there. And they're like, no, you're not. All right? And so you have to figure out how to strategize your pathways to get through. You cannot always scatter chi because sometimes there's so much whirlpooling there that there's nothing you can do. And you cannot always get chi in. Sometimes it's so armored, we're not getting in. And that's when we have to come up with alternate strategies or realize that we cannot always treat everything. But we can try, and we can keep trying. And the best thing about if you can read the old books is they're basically books of people who were trying a lot of different stuff because not everything was working. I mean, if it all worked, they'd just read one book, right? Like, oh, that's the book of everything that works. No, this was like, that totally didn't work. I'm going to try this. Oh, look what I found, right? The good books. Once you hit the Jin and Yuan dynasty, you had a lot of intellectuals writing who weren't seeing a lot of patients, but they like to write.